I'm back. How's Blazebeat doing today? Just put up a post on the old Discord and we'll be ready to get getting here. Where are announcements? Can't find announcements. There are you. Why can't I find channels in my own Discord? Where the hell is it? Where is announcements? Oh my god, where is it? Oh, it shrunk the categories. Why? I hate when it does that. Why does it do that? Why do you do this to me, game? Alright. Alright, messages are out. Alright, so hello, everybody. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to be working on the... I'll just turn the music down just a hair. I'm going to be working on my example build for the build challenge Foxtrot, so that's going to be the next build challenge. This one is sea-based, so I'm going to go ahead and build something for the sea. And so what I'm looking to do here is I pretty much solidify what I want to do. I want to do a landing craft. And so I'll bring up a little bit of landing craft. Eventually I'll spell right. Alright, so this is kind of the thought process for this is, you know, some of these landing craft here. And so what I'm going to do is there'll be a vehicle. The vehicle will be my small pickup truck that I made and released to the workshop. It's not super small, it's not super big, and the plan is for you to build a landing craft. So think something like this, you know, that can hold the pickup truck. You know, I'm gonna leave it a little bit open on size. It's gonna be spy cakes, most likely. Could be spy cakes or FJ. I think I'm probably gonna do spy cakes. And so, you know, you build a landing craft. You know, if you want to build something large like this, you can. If you want to build something small, more like, I don't know, this size, you can, as long as it works. And so, one of the reasons I'm, you know, doing an example build here is if it's a little bit more complicated, I like to do an example build. That way, one, I know it's possible. Two, I know, for example, if I try to do this and I can't get the buoyancy to work, I know that we need the rocket glitch as an enabled option, you know, and so it also, I think, sometimes with an example build, it makes it a little bit easier that instead of people, you know, asking 100 questions to try to get the details, they can see, okay, this is what he built, this is what he means by a landing craft, it has to be able to do this thing, and so that's a little bit easier sometimes. So we'll keep some of that inspiration up off the side if I can attach it to my window. All right, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get getting here. So let me try to figure the base. So what I'm thinking is, so one of the things I have to think about that's kind of tough is this. You know, for me testing it, you know, last build challenge we got like, what is it, 15, 16, 17, something like that entries. And so I can't make it where I have to, for example, it's not like if I spawn at a base and I had a motor all the way over to here, it's going to take forever. So I kind of need to keep it where I can keep it close. So the thought process is spy cakes, and what we'll do is let's teleport there. So the thought process, spawn it here. This will allow, if you want to build a big old John, you can. If you want to build small, you can. That's up to you. And then probably come here is an option, or here, and put the ramp up there, and I have to drive the truck off. So that's a thought. That's one of the base options. And then you go over to Sawyer North. Oh, I might do Sawyer, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do Sawyer South. Sawyer South has the beach. This is going to be probably the best place. So let's do Sawyer South. So, where am I? Why? Okay, I spawned at Sawyer South. Why am I not there? Alright, let's see. Sawyer South's over here. You know what would be cool, man? This is like the little kind of stuff. I guess you can get in here, but look, this is... See this right here? You can get in this inland sea here. You can get in on this side, but you can't get out. So devs, why don't you put a canal that you can go through there? You know what'd be super cool for the devs to put in there? Locks. That would be awesome if you could go in here, right? You go down here, come over here, and then there's a lock right here. And see how you get the terrain change here? That would be awesome to do a lock system to get up. So you have to go up a couple locks and then down. That would be really cool. All right. So we're gonna start Sawyer South. So what I'll do is I'll spawn the boat here. I'll just take it around and land on the beach. So I think that's going to be the spawn area. So we'll do it here, I think. So let me save this really quick. So we'll do test. We're on the 14th already. Oh, lordy. All right, so I need to buy this sucker. I don't like doing purchase all because I can see all the friggin' icons, so I don't like doing that. Why would you need a custom door, though? That's the thing, is if it's a landing craft like this, you don't need the custom door. You have the decking. The buoyant volume is going to be underneath the deck. And then you would have, this is just rail, and then you go right off, so shouldn't be a problem. But that's why I'm testing it. I test it, that way I know if it's possible, I know how bad it is, and if it's going to be a pain, but it should be pretty easy. So let's go ahead, and so first thing I want to do is I want to grab the truck that we're going to be using. So it's this. So this is the mini truck that I released. This is in the workshop, so I need some dimensions on this. And so I'm going to make mine so at least so that I can get the doors open. One thought I have is this. I'm going to be a little bit more open on the size this time, so if you want to build something big that you can put bigger vehicles on, one of my thoughts is I might build mine big too, that way I can use it for some of my other stuff. So let's see, it is 13 with the doors open, and essentially 17. And then height doesn't matter because likely you're not going to have a roof on it anyway, but it's going to be, let's say there at worst is 11. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll start new. So symmetry. Let's see what that is. That is 27. So let's say 60 maybe. Just checking footprint right now, kind of seeing a footprint I want for this. Okay. Nice thing with this is it can be a little bit on the square side and work pretty well. I'm just looking at kind of shapes here. All right, let's see. I have it backwards, so I need to keep an eye on that. Let's move it back just a hair. I don't want it to be enormous, but I want it to be big. I might want to take like some of my larger vehicles in here, so we'll kind of keep that in mind. So the nice thing with something like this is it's going to be, I'm going to make mine very barge-like. It doesn't need to be super duper, complex. You know, it can be pretty simple. I was looking at a couple examples. And so you want kind of a slope on the front so that you can slide up onto the beach. So I'm thinking, okay, like that maybe. And then this is going to be steam powered. Alright, so let's try this as an angle, put it on the beach. Might want to go even 1x4s in the bottom. I'm thinking 1x4s in the bottom is going to be better. Yeah, that way it'll slide on the beach a little bit better. You know if the music's too loud. Okay. So, especially with not making, like, if I made this beginner base, it would be a lot more challenging to float it, but because it's going to be a bigger base, and I'm not really giving you the largest of vehicles to put in there, should be reasonably easy for you to kind of get this going. Let's give that a quick look. Okay. And then I want to measure inside. So this, you know, these often look deceptively huge, and then you measure, that is 9. So that's comfortable walking space for a human in there, in game. That's about a good size, I think, for me. Alright, good. That's kind of what I'm looking for size for mine. And then I want to go... The front, I want a little bit higher rail, so let's go 4 or 5 maybe. Did it the wrong way and get all that. There we go. Alright. Maybe 3, I'm thinking. See how the rail looks when I get in there. Alright. And I'll get the door worked so that we know the door is going to operate how I want it to. So let's see. I want up, down, so we need a forward door. So we'll go... Alright, so door's going to start at the midline, is going to start the straight position, and then I want to go, it doesn't really matter, but we'll go U, press it there. Okay, and then I need to kind of go down, I think, so let's go down with these. I can go down, what, 1, 2 maybe? Let's go down 1. Alright, so that's going to be the front, and then I want to go... like that. Alright, and then, let's see. I'm trying to think, where is this going to have to be for the next segment? I want to bifold, so I have to kind of think of that. So I want to go, let's see, mana. I want to go up one. I'm just trying to think of mechanically how I want to do this. Let's see, these opposite, those go up, those go. I'll try this. I can screw with it later. And then that needs to step forward one. Okay, good. Okay. Actually, just undo that. Sorry guys, I'm out of chat for a second here. I'm just kind of make this pro grease. So. All right, start with that for now. Just play with this door really quick. The ramp, rather. Not really a door, but... Infinite electricity on... I do. Okay. Good lord, man. I need to slow it down. It's moving in the right direction, though, so we're good there. Let's go... 5%. -1. Alright, so it's hitting somewhere. Let's see. I think I left the block on the top that it's hitting. It's not going to be this tall, but it will be there. And then that is up. And then down. It's clipping there. It was hitting low, so I need to just get rid of a collision there. Alright, so that's fine. Alright, good. So that's good proof of concept there on the door. I'll worry about the door in a little bit. And then, let's see, what do I want for transom? Okay. Transom going here. I'll check chat here. I've been just looking up. Chat's been going. Let's check it. I'm kind of hoping it's fishing. You know, I've been happy with the stuff. I think the only issue is they kind of their logistics isn't great. I would like them. Hopefully, they took some their logistics is a little bit better. Whatever it is, like you know, Industrial Frontier is let down by like their logistics not being great. Hopefully, like if it's fishing, I just hope the logistics works properly. That's the only thing that I really care about. Hopefully they do that. Fishing would be awesome. You know, build fishing vessels, some sort of marketability for it. I would be happy with like animal husbandry or animal interaction stuff, but you know, I'm hoping fishing, and I think that would add fishing and farming together would be awesome. If you know, if fishing's like not enough for a DLC, but okay, we'll work on that door in a little bit, and then I want to go. So that transom doesn't look too bad. Okay. You know, these are very bargy. You know, they're very square. They have a lot of buoyancy. Don't have to worry about smoothing them out too much. That's kind of nice. Let's do double here just so that it doesn't look so square. In game, it looks super square. Well, this would be kind of cool if this is big enough to transport some larger vehicles. I'm not going to be able to transport massive quantities of, like, trailers full of stuff, but should be able to get a couple vehicles and move them. I think I'm going to do azipods on mine. I don't know, just to make it a little bit more maneuverable, and I kind of enjoy azipods, but let's see. Now that's the ramp. We'll fix that later. That's going to get changed a little bit. All right, let me catch up on chat here. You shouldn't have to worry about how far the mission is. As long as you have no clip on it, should be like literally super close to you. You should be able to see it. So just shut off no clip, and when you spawn a mission, when you sleep, it should come right close to you. Yeah, the people are a little bit dozy. You know, the benefit of that is they kind of just like, they kind of just sit still, and you don't have to worry about them too much. You know, but it would be better if they were a little bit more coordinated. You know, the downside of that is if the AI is not perfect, if they're trying to run around, you have to like try to go wrestle them. It's like, you know, so sometimes I'm kind of glad they just sit there and like stand in the fire, just because imagine if they were running around, you had to rescue them. But you know, it'd be cool if that was part of it. You know, that they were a little bit more lifelike would be cool. I definitely agree with that. The AI in Stormworks. Okay. Alright, so let's work this door here a little bit. Kind of start at the beginnings of it, getting it, you know, I want to get the mechanics right. I want to get the height correct right off the bat. So I wonder what this was hitting. So have the arrows back, like so. Now with this door massive. I have to build the superstructure high enough to look over the door. So that door has to go forward anyways. I don't know why I built it straight up again. Oh, I meant to measure it. That's what I was doing. I was trying to measure it. We'll go 11. Okay. Come on, man. Drag properly, you scumbag. Come on, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Oh, I hate it when it doesn't want to drag where I want it to go. There we go. Come on, man. Just drag right, you scum. There we go. Oh my god. It's like I'm looking right where I want it. Right here is where I want it. Jesus. That's gonna make me do it each time. It's gonna be really obnoxious. There we go. Right, there we go. Check some more chat. I'm a little bit back on chat. Yeah, I think fishing would be cool because it's like, you know, I was talking about last live, or one of the live streams was, you know, if they do pots, which I think it would be smart for them to do fishing pots. And so what you would do is you would, you know, you have to put the pot in. You have to use a sonar to find what the, you know, even like they could put in a fish finder, which would be a new part that would be kind of cool. And then it would just search for fish. You don't have to hook it up to be really all that super annoying. And if you go into, like, say there's green, yellow, and red fish areas. If, explain the cat. It's a small furry mammal. And so if you, you know, so you have green, yellow, and red. Red is not much fish. Yellow is moderate fish. Green is a lot of fish. So make it simple. You go into a green area and you know there's going to be a lot of fish. And so you go ahead and you put down your pots. So that means you have to have a boat that can handle the weight of the pots, which would just be like hoppers. But they would look like fishing or crab pots. And then you would have to take the pot. You can put your own buoy system on there. Let's say you want to build a buoy and you want to have it have a light on it so that you can see them at night. You can put a battery in there. Like I have buoys that I've made for the game where at nighttime they turn on. During the day they're off to save electricity. And then they have a little solar panel to recharge while they're sitting out there. So you could go into depth if you wanted like that. And then you have to have a crane in your boat to be able to winch the pots on board. And then you put your pot, you manipulate it over an in-ship hopper. You know, they can do the same mineral hoppers that they have, just, you know, add the ability to put fish in there. And just like coal, when coal is in the hopper, you don't see it. When you dump it, it comes out physically. Some of the fish might dump next to the hopper. Some might dump in it. Well, then you have to go out by hand and throw the couple fish that fell out in the hopper. And then, you know, so your boat has to be able to crane on these things. So that's a lot of good engineering, I think. All right, so let's get this set up here. So let's go. And then, let's see, if those are going up, that will go that way. That's correct. Drag where I want you, please, please, please. Why did I put these backwards? I wanted them this way. What did I do? 11 on this, so let's see, what's the distance? 13, okay. That will turn up and over and on. That will go down, and then we would want something to flash into it. Okay, that will work. Let's play with this for a second. Kind of proof of concept, this door. So this, you know, I like having little things like this where you actually have to like kind of work the engineering of this to get this to work right. So what I'll do is I'll change the rate at which this turns. All right, so there's a stored hatch. Now I blocked my controller, but all right, good. So that is proof of concept that works. We do, what's the speed on these? Speed is 1, these will be now 2. Should have moved that throttle while I was at it. So I need to change this. It's just going to read double to the other one. Okay. So we'll work on that door a little bit later. That's proof of concept's working at least for now. Let's see what we can do in here. Alright, buoyancy-wise, we're pretty good. So the boat that the vehicle that's going to be handling is pretty small. You know, so this shouldn't have any problem with that. Yep, so that's looking pretty good. That's not, shouldn't have any problem hauling something small like that. Let's do a little superstructure here. So 2 wide, I think. And then I want like 4 in the back deck, probably. Go up a little bit more. Right here in the superstructure, okay. Build a quick superstructure. Got to see where we need to be on that. What's that one? So let's see, we're gonna go probably 8. Yeah, but yeah, I think fishing would be cool. Farming could be cool too. You know, I think one of the benefits of the game is it has really good seafaring, really good sea. You know, physics is pretty good on boats and all that stuff for the water. I think, you know, but they may want to try to get more stuff for the land too. They put a big landmass out there in Industrial Frontier. It would kind of complement Industrial Frontier if you had a, you know, more of a zone where you could go out as well and do stuff there. Come on, flicky camera. I hate the flicky camera more than anything else, probably. Alright, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, symmetry, you not working there, guy? I don't know. So we'll go 8. We'll probably do a smaller room up here. Probably cut it a little bit, but that's just kind of proof of concept of what the superstructure is going to look like. That's going to be high enough to look over the front. So is this usable is a question. Yep, so a little bit of living quarters in here, down into engineering, up into the bridge. That lets us kind of look over. We should be able to look right over the ramp when it is in its up position. I could have this fold the other way. That's a thought, but we'll see. Check the chat. I need to catch up in chat. I'm behind in chat. Yeah, instead of choosing the mission, what I would like you to be able to do is go on duty. So, if, say for example, let's say I built a cool new tugboat. I just spent 100 hours building this really cool tugboat. It works really awesome. I want to play some missions. I'm really looking forward to it. And I have to sleep in the bed for like 20 minutes to find a tug mission that, like, maybe I don't want to do all that much. What would be better is if you could go on duty. And so what you would do is you say, okay, I'm on duty for, and then it had every one of the mission types. So let's say you would come in here, you go in the custom menu, and there's a, let's say there's a drop-down menu here or something, and it says, what are you on duty for? I'm on duty for rescues, water, rescues land, or you could even do like transponder missions, water, transponder missions, land. I'm looking for repair missions, transport missions, tow missions. I'm looking for underwater missions, overwater missions. Like, it would have every type of mission. And you could put all or none. So you go deselect all and you say, okay, I just built this tugboat. All I want to do is I just want to do a tugboat mission. You select the tow missions, and now the only thing it's going to give you is tow missions because you're on duty for that. So it lets you RP as that kind of character. I'm trying to catch up on chat here. Making a landing craft for the build challenge Foxtrot. That's what Foxtrot's going to be. So I'm making one to make sure that I know what the rules need to be. List of shortcut keys. You come in here, and you go controls, and there are your keys. I would highly recommend looking at your own set in here. They're all in here. Because if you want to change any of them, they're going to be different. So if somebody tries to tell you something, they change a hotkey, you're going to be pulling your hair out. So it's always the easiest way to know what the controls are is come into controls and look at them. That's the easiest way to find your shortcuts. Some of them, you know, are a little bit, you have to learn from others, but they're usually all in there. Fluid jets. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of fluid jets. I've really never worked with them too much. They just don't interest me. I'd much rather use propellers myself. I'd rather use propellers and azipods. Like, this is going to have azipods. I pretty much put azipods on everything I need to be maneuverable. But lights, is your physics set to high? Sometimes, like, very few of my aircraft ever fall into the water because my physics is set to high. Let's see. Yeah, check. You know, I haven't seen any AI aircraft go in the water recently. Like my last career build, the career build series from today, I flew next to like 3 AI aircraft, and they're all flying fine. It doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I have seen them go in before, but if your physics is not set to high, the game will change this to auto. If it's on auto, sometimes the vehicle won't be able to operate properly and it will crash. So make sure your physics is set to high. That might help with them falling in. New landmass would be cool. This is my big disappointment with the way they did the last landmass. Is why the hell is it so damn close, man? You know, this is a reasonable distance. This is still too close for me, but I understand that I'm a kind of a freak and I want things really far apart. But this is like you see how far the Arctic is? That is about 45 nautical miles. So that is a good long flight. It's 15 minutes. You know, in real life, is that long? No, that's short. But in game, if let's say you have an hour to play today, that's it. You know, you work today, you have an hour of game time. I get it. 15 minutes to go up to the Arctic is a good chunk of that time. But what it does is it gives you value. Now, the devs screwed it up when they screwed up surge pricing because it gave us good reason to go up here. Selling fuel was worthwhile coming up here. The missions are kind of cool up here. But what I would have liked to see is like, this is so close. That's insanely close. I would have liked to see them put it equidistant to the south. You know, and then, for example, if we look at the heat map, like, look at the heat map. This is supposed to be the arid desert. This isn't the same heat map as that. What I think they should have done is extend this green down to here, leave this where it is, and then put the arid biome 45 nautical miles south of Sawyer Islands, so it's right here, and then put the red heat map down here so there's a really good temperature gradient. And then, if you wanted to fly from the Arctic all the way down to here, it is now 90 nautical miles, and it takes you half an hour at a normal airplane speed to get there. That gives you some scale. You know, that would have been nice. I would have liked that. So, definitely, I hate it that it's so close. That's really kind of annoying. Never been in the Arctic. Yeah, AI could definitely use a buff. What are you talking about, tagging the vehicles? Capture a shark in the Arctic, I haven't seen that. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you could, yeah. For organization. I get you. Something gives you control over what kind of missions you can take. The distances really aren't bad if you don't have no clip on. If you have no clip on, if you have, where is it? Allow no clip, the missions can spawn anywhere. So I don't think I have missions on in my test world here, but if you shut no clip on, they're literally like a mission will be right there. Like you can see it. And then as you progress, they'll go further away, but they're not far. You know, like a lot of these missions, like if I'm here, I might get a mission that's like over here, and that seems far. But if you set a waypoint there, that's 31 kilometers. So, you know, in a boat, maybe it's going to take a while. Let's say we're doing 20 knots, which isn't super duper fast. That there is 15 nautical miles. Yeah, that's going to take 45 minutes to get there. But if you take a helicopter, you're now talking, okay, that'll probably take you 15 minutes to get there. If you're taking an airplane or VTOL, that's going to take me all of like 6 minutes, 3 minutes to get there maybe. You know, in Night Owl, that'll probably take me 3 minutes to get there. So, you know, it's kind of, you know, I get it, especially early. But often, again, if you shut off no clip, if you have no clip on, they can spawn anywhere on the map. If you put no clip off, they will spawn pretty close to you, so you don't have to really worry too much. But it would be, you know, I'm all for more options. You know, if it said I want tow missions and I want them within X number of distance, you know, I'm all for customization, you know. Yeah, is Duke Woozy, is your no clip on or not? It depends there, Aaron. I see a lot of the azopods are rearward facing. They do have tractors which are facing forward, and then they have conventional azopods which are facing the other way. Let's see. I'll bring up Damon. Yeah, so like this is Damon. Damon's azopods all are default facing rearward. As you can see here. Some of the tractor tugs, Damon keeps changing the website, and it's annoying. Like, see, I have to go through every one of these here. Let's see if I can get a link for... See, like, it doesn't change up here, and then it's annoying. So, like, these are all forward-facing. And then they have RSD tugs. The RSD tugs are still facing rearward. Stands are stands. You know, so it depends on the manufacturer how they do it. But it really doesn't matter because, like a regular azopod, you can turn 360 degrees, so it works equally as good forward and backwards. But it's just kind of the manufacturer how they want to install them, it seems. But I'm certainly no expert on it. I am building a landing craft, so that's going to be the next build challenge of the landing craft. So you'll have to take this truck and go land it on the beach. So I'm liking the rail height. I want a little bit of higher rail up front, so to break the waves. And then I want this lower rail. I'm going to probably shrink the superstructure a little bit, but I think this is a good space. And then I'll be able to use this on other stuff. Yeah, I'll be able to use this on other builds or to be able to move bigger vehicles. And so I don't want to make the vehicle too big. It's going to make it more challenging than it needs to be for people to build it. So let's go. And so I want to, you know, I'm just building an example so I kind of know what to expect from this challenge of, you know, what I need to make the rules, how challenging it's going to be, you know, do I need to allow... you know, some XML edits for things like rockets so that you can get things to actually float properly, stuff like that. So that's why I kind of do a little test myself. So that's kind of the superstructure I'm thinking. Okay, so that's a little bit better, I think. Yeah, I want to narrow it, definitely narrow it out a little bit, so... go. So probably like that. And then we'll go like this probably. Yeah, I'm thinking that's a little bit better size-wise. Because part of it is like, I don't want to feel claustrophobic walking around. Like, that was too tight. Now this is better. A little bit of back work back here I can do. Nice. So I think this feels like a good size. Like, I can put two of these next to each other, so that's pretty good. Now let's keep catching up with chat. Yeah, try it off. If you're, that's why you're getting missions too far away, is because of that. You know, if you shut no clip off, they will spawn all close to you. So let's see. It's actually not that small of a truck. It looks small, but like my other mini truck is proper mini truck size. Oh, I missed the jump. This one is actually, you know, I call this mini truck. It's actually pretty big, but it's this. Oh, I shut no clip off. I was like, why can't I no clip? This one's actually pretty large. This one is only a 2-cylinder though, so it's like you see the size. So this is like an enormous pickup truck. Like IRL, a pickup truck roof would be like right here. So comparatively, this looks small, but it's actually pretty big, you know, with all things considered. All right, let's work on the door. So I need to come up with a formula for this. So when this is at 0, this should be. I'm trying to think why this won't work right. So that should be going 45 degrees. This should be going 45 degrees. Let's measure this distance again. So that's going to be from here. So I think I measured this wrong. That's 13. And then I need 13 here. So that's, is that 13? It is. So actually, nope, 12. Okay. So it's 1 off. I don't like having odd sizes though either. So. All right, let's move this. All right, and then I want to go, let's put a helm in here really quick. Let's cut some windows in here just for testing purposes. Okay. Let's do, where are we at here? I didn't put symmetry back on. Okay. AD is sticky. 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 Alright, so I want WS is going to be that. I want AD is going to be there. I want left, right is going to be there. And I want up, down to be there. Let's go take it for a little quick test run. So the benefit of the Azopod, they'll go deeper in the water, but just for now. So like the benefit of the Azopod, they're backwards. Yeah. Are they backwards? Yeah, they're backwards. I need to flip them. I knew it was going to be one way or the other. Flip, 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 flip. Go, 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 go. All right, let's see. the right one, please. Thank you. Right. That should be working now. I like azapods just for the maneuverability of them. Alright, there we go, and then we would gently go, They're misbehaving because they're out of the water too far. And those engines are really powerful, so those motors are really powerful. Go. And I'll end up changing up the way that I have the azapods, but for now I'm just going to stick them down on stocks. And I'll fix them later. Check some, a little bit of the old chatteroni here. Yes. Yep. Definitely. I've seen the larger ships are running them in efficiency. If they're going long distance, like a tugboat doesn't really care about efficiency. It's going out for like a harbor tug. Let's talk about a harbor tug. But like a harbor tug's going out, it's doing its tug work and then coming back in. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that. One cool thing I've seen is the like blocker gate rudders. So like both plates come back. That's really cool. I would love to see in game variable pitch propellers. You know, that would be awesome for maneuverability's sake. So like, yeah, trying to get the sucker to go backwards here. Or sideways, rather. I don't have any azapod indicators showing me the direction, so I have to keep going out into third person to see what they're doing. And then you just steer with one azapod when you get going. So I already have azapod controllers to hook all this up to make the engines run, so that helps. But it doesn't have, you know, the challenge doesn't have to be azapods. It can just be, you run standard drive if you want. But I like an azapod because I can go sideways with the boat, so it makes it fun for docking. Like, I'll show you some of my azapod craft that are already done. How many blocks are a real life meter? Yep, 4. Yep. Raythena's correct. Hello, Raythena. Some new people in here that I haven't seen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's a big mini truck. I'll show you like my azapod, my proper azapod stuff that works. But like this is nice because you can move sideways with an azapod. And so I'm just steering with my port azapod. I leave the other one going forward. So, you know, generally I'd put an indicator to show me where they're pointed to so I can do it from inside. And so like the test will be this. I will spawn it and I will go over here and I will, you know, go and test and try to drive the truck off. What is going on here? Oh, I left my measuring blocks on there on the ramp. I can go down to do the test, but I can't go up, so that was stupid. I didn't see those. I don't have a 0 button either on this, so it's like I kind of just play with the propellers to when I think I've got them stopped. Alright, good. So that is... Don't go off the beach. Just sit still there, craft. Oh my god. I'm in third person. Can't. That's why I hate the electric motors. Come on, stop, just stop. That's fine. Just leave them like that for now. I'll put one of my other pod systems in there sooner than later. And then I need to work this ramp. I screwed this ramp all up, but work this ramp, so that should be about the right distance. All right, so recall it. I need to do a bunch of work here. But that should work well. All right. So what the hell is this doing? So when I go up, this should be turning in. Why is it not multiplying correctly? Did I change the speeds on these? 2, 2, okay. So 1 to 4. Let's go 1 on this. Alright, are these connected? They are, alright. Let's do, I'm gonna do double throttle and just kinda put this to bed here and get this working for me. The door is an important part, but you know, the challenge is I like to have a little bit of engineering where you have to kind of figure out some of these problems and get the door going. It's kind of, you know, if it's just another boat, this would be kind of boring, so let's go up on this. There's something interacting that I have to fix. You see it's touching, so I need to see what's touching. Okay, that's door closed. Let's check the height. I want to check the height. So I'm trying to check like 20 things here. All right, so that's good. I have good visibility. And then we want to go the opposite direction. Come out. See, like it likes to hit something there. It's having a physics problem. So like this one. You know what I could do is I could make the end portion the master, and because the interior ones I can report their position, I could do that. And so then I would ramp this so that it ramps. Okay, good. And then I want to go down with this. Okay, so at the 0 position that should be there. That works. Okay, and then we go down with the ramp. All right, beautiful. Let's work on this a little bit. So let's cut off 4 on here. Okay, and then I want to cut off let's see. Mana. And that's going to go down a level, so that will work. Okay. And then that comes to here. Then I probably want to cut back to right there, maybe. So let's cut in here. And probably go 1 more maybe back. Like there, maybe. Nope, don't want to cut that many. Go in with the wedge here. That's going to stick over 1. I don't want that. Oh, game, what are you doing? That's gonna limit that to like 45, so I don't necessarily want to do that. And then what I'll do is I'll put a... What we'll do is we'll cut this, and to help make sure the door's not having a collision problem, I'm going to put an upside down 1x2, because the tips have less of a collision interference problem, so we'll go like that. Alright, so let's go do a quick test. Testaroni here. Ferrari Testaroni. Let's go like this on the helm. Let's go. WS is going to be reset. Up down is going to be reset. Alright. I don't know why I just didn't no clip. Alright, just going to read some chat while we're going here. What is the VPPs? 6-cylinder 5x5 with 4 large props because I don't like the giant, and I can't stand having a gearbox for reverse on that ship. Large ships have... Yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah, reverse pitch. Variable pitch is great for a number of operations. I think it would be so great for so many things I try to do. For example, the ability to slam it right into reverse allows for ultra maneuverability because you don't have to worry about, you have to stop the momentum of the engine to shift it into gear. So you have to slow the engine down to then shift it into a reverse gear because, you know, you don't want to slam it in, it's going to break stuff. You're going to have too much resistance right off the bat. So you have to go through this whole slowdown process. With variable pitch, you're setting your RPM of the engine, and then you can go backwards. You can go into beta, so you do flat blades, and so you'd leave your engines, you'd leave your propellers rotating, and then let's say I want to turn left, I would just go up on port, back on starboard with pitch, and the engines would maintain their thrust essentially. So that is a much better system, I think. So I would love to see them add that. It has been requested. It's on the feature request. You know, I have clicked on the star on it, trying to get it in game. All right, so check the ramperoni. All right, and then we'll go down on this. Okay, there we go. Jump in the old track. Okay, what are you doing? You don't want to behave today either? There we go. Alright, where are we at here? 6? Okay, and then I have parking brake. So the hull shape works pretty well to get on and off, to hold on the beach. Beautiful. So I think this isn't a bad challenge. Like you see, it wasn't... How long have I been streaming here? Hour 5, and you know, we have a vehicle, you know, it's done. Like this, you know, it's not done, there's no engine in there, but you know, putting in the engine microcontroller, as long as you have one, would work. You know, this works pretty smoothly. Bingo, vehicle's on and off. I'm gonna make a quick thumbnail for the live stream and change what I currently have on there. So there we go. Yeah, so that you can see that's pretty quick and easy to do. So that's not bad. Floating wise, you know, like somebody was talking about sealing the door. You don't need to seal the door. Landing craft, you're parked essentially on the upper deck. You know, this boat isn't enormous, but it's also not small either, you know. And so it's should be able to put some reasonable sized stuff in here. So that's not too shabby, I think. This seems like it's going to be very doable. You know, it's also kind of it's basic to a certain extent. Like, you don't need really intense superstructure. Like, you know, there'll be some points, of course, for like I'll add detailing and features, maybe something like that. So like if you did detailing your interior, you're gonna get more points than somebody who didn't. But it's not, you know, it's gonna be scalable. If you make a small boat and it has good detail, you're gonna get the same points somebody who has a big boat and has good detail. You know, you might be behind them. They might be in the number 1 position, and you're in the number 5 position. But let's try something heavy here. Let's see. What do I have that's heavy? Let's see. We'll find something heavy. Probably the Mack tow truck. 93. The dump truck, if I put coal in the dump truck, it's going to be heavy. That's 32. This is 32. What happened to my build? If I just lost my whole build, I'm going to be so friggin'... I just did. I just lost the whole build. Gotta be kidding me. There it is. That's why you check your backups really quickly and make sure you save. That was close. Alright, that would have sucked. That would have sucked. But luckily, just you gotta check your backups really quick and then make a save of it. Panic is not... The key is not to panic. As you can see, I've done that before. But, gotta quickly go in your backups and you'll find it quickly. It's not a big deal. Alright, so let's bring in the... I'm in backups folder. Here we go. So let's see, where's my center of gravity? Is further back, so let's go back a little bit. I can't spawn it with it right forward. It's gonna flip us. This is gonna be interesting. This is a lot of weight. And it takes it, no problem. Look at that. That's respectable, man. So like you see, it really didn't take all that long to make a boat that's gonna be able to hold that. That is a lot of weight. That's 620 units of coal. Yep, 675. 675 units of coal, and the truck is 3, so the truck's not super heavy, but not too shabby there. SV Seeker. Took a Cumming engines, an Allison auto transmission out of a school bus, a VPP gearbox, and a homemade VP prop. Oh, variable pitch propeller. Is it VVP or VPP? VPP, variable pitch propeller. What is this thing doing? It has no stability system. It will have a stability system, but let's move a little bit and go try to put this... There, it's going to capsize now. That's a lot of weight for that. But as you can see, that took it fine. So that's not bad. That's a lot of weight for this thing to have, and it took it pretty well, so... I'm going to end up losing the... I just deleted my throttles for the ramp, but that's not the end of the world. Alright, good. So this is, you know, and this is simple. These are built like barges. They're flat because they're going to have vehicles driving on them. So you might have a car that's heavy on one side, and then another one's going to come over here. So you need this to be flat and wide to be able to handle it pretty well. Let's see. Center of gravity's where? Right there. So let's go... Pinky, pinky, right there. Right there. Right there. Oh my god. Eventually I'll get it. This perspective is weird. Then I want to go, let's see. 9. 9. Alright, and we want to ballast it, so weight. So there shouldn't be any issues with this challenge with having rocket glitch. If people build something small and they're having problems, rocket glitch I don't think is going to help them because they're going to be making the boat lighter and the truck is sitting on top of the boat. So if you make your boat, if you add the buoyancy glitch to the boat becomes lighter, right? Because you're doing negative mass. And the truck is still sitting on top. So what's going to happen is you're going to end up you're going to end up moving your center of gravity even higher and causing yourself even bigger problems. So I would say it's probably better not to do a rocket glitch. Alright, so this is helping by getting that center of gravity down, by putting those weight blocks in. That's a step I always do, is try to go in there and get the mass lower, like this. And this is going to have a lot of buoyancy because it's a big flat square, essentially, so that's working pretty well. Let's try that. I want to get that truck on here. Let's put the friggin' throttles back on. I'm still trying to decide why I can't do the single throttle. It doesn't make sense to me right now, but I'll figure it out later. I want to figure this out. Single throttle. Alright, so as I bring this up, it's going to go to a value of 1, and then this is going to go to a value of 1, which should be flat against it. So if they're at the same speed and ratios, 1, 4, 1, 4, the angle could be why it's doing it. 1, 4, what's my speed? 1. This is why this was screwed up. They were at different speeds. 1 and 1. They're all at 1, 4 gear ratios. Oh my god, click on the thing, you scumbag. I'm like clicking on things and it's not clicking. It's driving me nuts. Okay, good. I need to hook this one up. Alright, let's go down to like 5%. Let's go -1. Which one did I hook up? This one? Yeah. So this should fold with 1 throttle. Okay, good. It's working now. So it's having some collision somewhere, but it's not the end of the world. The issue is I need it to spit out a little bit faster. It's hitting right here. This needs to be changed. Okay. I found where it's colliding, so... What do you do? Right there. Right there is where it's misbehaving. So what I'm going to do is put in a... Put in a 1x1 wedge there. That'll give it a little bit of room. And then I'm going to put another 1x1 wedge like this. Actually, we could do... No, let's get rid of that. Let's do a 1x2 wedge here. And that should fix that collision. Alright. The problem is, to get this down, I need this to accelerate this section here. What we can do is, let's go... I don't want that. Just try something simple for now. I'll tune this in later. I want a little bit of complexity so that it's, you know, so that you actually have to kind of come up with some engineering solutions. You know, if everything's too easy, there's no real way for people to, like, kind of shine above other people and kind of... Alright, let's see if that hitches now. Okay, notice it's not hitching because I put that 1x2 wedge in there. Now that block isn't going to hitch anything. I could tell it was there because you could see this gently move up. What is it hitting there? Is the question. Right here. It's hitting right there. So this needs to be changed there. Okay. So this should be reading a double digit. Why is that not? Let me see. What are you being fed? Negative 0.34. What are you? Oh, you know what I could do? I wonder if I could do this. Let's try something. Let's do this. Let's read this out to here. Read this out to here. Let's fix this collision problem. So it's hitting right... on this block. Let's do this. I might as well flip these at this point. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I might as well flip these at this point. And then it's going to hit here. So it might be probably rubbing on this too. So let's go. Let's go like this. Alright, let's do that. And then here, that's going to rub on that, but that will now have a smaller collision. Could reverse that as well. Let's try this. Leave that like that for now. Let's try to play with this here. Check chat in a second. Oh, I need to figure out the calculation for this. Alright, so there's a calculation on this. So at full up, these are reading out, so they need to be times 4. Okay. So that needs to be times 4. So we'll go 4. Okay. And then these will read we'll just read I'll read both of them, it doesn't matter. Read the position of this one, go out to here. That's probably not going to work. I'm going to have to do a different calculation, but it'll work going up, but going down, it's not going to read what I want. This needs to be accelerated going down. Let me read chat. SV Seeker, I read some of that. What is this hitting now? It's colliding with something and causing me stress. I'm just trying to read chat while I'm doing this. Yeah, Kat wants me to check my backups. Yep. Yep, thank you. Appreciate that, Owl. Yeah, exactly. There's panic on it, but it's like, you gotta like, there are some new players and they end up, it's hitting right here. There are new players and they don't check that backup, and then they keep doing stuff and the backup will clear. It's like you gotta kind of like calm down and be like, okay, I need to check my backup. I need to not freak out. And it's tough in the moment. You're like, oh crap, I just lost what I worked on. But like now I kind of know the shape. I even know the dimensions off the top of my head, so I could do that. So this will probably not collide anymore. Let's try it. I think that's where it was colliding. So hopefully if this doesn't jump... Okay, that's where it was colliding, was right up there. So it's not... See, it's not jumping anymore when I go all the way up, so that helps. Alright, let's go change our multiplication factor here. Alright, now we're going to multiply it by 8 and see if that will get this to behave the way I want it to. Because I want it to be like single button use. There it comes up in folding. Let's see if we have any strange physics behavior. Nope, we don't. Beautiful. Folds up nicely. I like the contouring of like all those rampings and everything. It makes it look better. It doesn't just look like a big square. It looks kind of cool. What the fuck is going on here? There it goes. It's still not working the way I want it to. You gotta be shitting me. What is this reading now? So that's reading a negative 0.017. It should be 8 times that. Why is that? The hell is the difference now? So let's find the bottom position of this pivot where it's going to stop. So that's as low as it's going to go. Where are we at there? All right, that is, current rotation is 0.05. All right, and this should be a rotation of 1. So if it's 0.05, so we'll do, where the hell is my calculator? I can do it in my head, but I don't want to. 0.05, let's see, 1 divided by 0.05 is 20. So let's do a 20 multiply on there and see if that fixes. Doing the math instead of just going around. Hopefully this will fix it. There we go. The problem is, like, I can't independently move this, so let's see. Yeah, see, it's gonna be weird. I don't know, man. I don't think I want to do it automatically because it's gonna come out weird. Coming up's a problem. Let's see. Let's not do it on door position anymore. Let's do it on throttle position. So let's go like this. Let's go throttle position to here. Because I want that second ramp segment moving faster so that that flattens out first. So let's go up. That's way too fast, but we'll fix it. All right, and then we want to go down. Why is it not moving? Is the question. Then it moves like crazy. And then, so that is, let's see, go up. Go up a little bit. There we go. All right, so this might actually work. It's folding way too fast, but let's play with this. I'll refine it later, but I just want to make it work. Let's see. Again, appreciate it, Owl. Yep. If you'd hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all that. I usually don't ask for it, but if you would, I appreciate that. Now put the landing craft on the landing craft. Can I handle Luffy's pain? I have never watched one. I don't know what Luffy is. All right, let's go ahead and let's grab the... press the right keys will help. Let's save this really quick. Landing craft backup. Yeah, so it definitely seems like this is doable. You see, I'm an hour and 24 in. I've got a craft that theoretically, you know, I could, let's say I was somebody doing the challenge, I could easily go and take some of my microcontrollers for engines, throw engines in, dress it up, and be done, you know, and do detailing, start working on the detailing phase. So it's not that complicated of a build, I don't think. I think it's definitely doable for people. And that's kind of what I want to check, is make sure this is something doable so that people can do. All right, so that's good so far. Let's see. I want to put in the... trying to think of how to make this work right. So the ramp, I want this to be going out faster than the other one. 20 sounds extreme. Let's go, I don't know, let's do 5. Yeah, let's do, no, that's not gonna work, Christ. All right, let's work on this ramp and make it work the way I want to. So let's just, this is bugging me, so let's focus on it and get it done. Okay. So we're gonna read in the throttle, we're gonna read in the ramp. So let's do this. Yeah, we'll read throttle. I'm gonna go down. If it's less is down, yep. Okay. I don't want it to be throttle. I want it to be ramp position. Because, let me see. Yeah, that's going to work. Ramp position will work. So I want that segment to stay all the way out until it knows it's raising. So this should work like this. And then I need to work on the rate. So that's fine. So ramp position is correct. So I want ramp position goes in here. Let's play with this. So I just wanted it to behave exactly the way I want to. It's going to be a pain in the ass right there, isn't it? It's not going to like the middle position. Alright, so that's fine. It goes all the way up. Then as it comes down, it's going to go all the way down. And then as I come up, the problem is the middle position's where it misbehaves. So that's fine. That's working fine. It just needs to change the trigger. I should not have done this, but whatever. We'll go in here. Let's go 0.01. 001 is good. 0.001 is good. And then we want to do... That's fine. And then I don't want 0, though. I want a different property number here. So let's go ramp to trigger position. So 0.25 is all the way up. So let's say 0.2. Nope. If it's supposed to be a greater than here, that's fine. Do this, and then we'll go there. Okay. Let's try this now. So it won't jitter in the middle. When I go up, it's gonna close itself. Theoretically. There we go. Here it comes. It's closing itself. Now what's it doing? Why is it raising itself now? I might have put them backwards. We'll have to check it. I might have put them backwards. I think I put them backwards 100%. Okay. I had them right the first time. I'm trying to figure it out in my head and do the math in my head isn't going to work. Let's see. I just want it to look smooth and to look realistic. I don't want it to look like some toy, you know? So see, it's gonna automatically go down to the low position whenever this is below 0.2. So, all right, so now it's down in that position. The rate's too slow, but see, I can go up now and it will stay down like this. So I want this bottom section to stay down like it is. And that's so like say the beach was up high, I could still raise this and then drive my vehicle up off onto like a higher beach, or I can lower it to go on a low beach. And then when I go when I go past 0.2, which is like at a 45-degree angle, or more than a 45, like here, watch, it will close. There we go, here it comes. It's gonna close itself. You know, the rate is way too slow, but you'll see now it will close itself all the way. So it's just too slow of a rate. I need probably 10 times faster than that. So that will work exactly how I want it now. All right, good. Make the outer ramp go full deployment immediately. Yeah, so this system's going to work. Oh, does he? Yeah. I can see on your guys. Actually, I can see him on my left screen here. There he goes. Now he's pushing the throttle. I wonder if I bet you I can put I gotta see if I can put a GIF on there. A GIF would be cool of him on there. All right, so this is working well now. So let's go ahead and I want to go in here. And the whole reason, like I said, is on these, 0.25 is all the way up. So 0.2 is close, and that's the reason is I want that outer piece out. So like I said, if I need to go to a really steep bank, I can go up and still have it flat. I can go down, still have it flat. But then when it's time to stow it, it's like, okay, time to stow. So that works. And then this needs to be, you drop a 0 on that at least. So let's go and check the speed of this. And so now we're going to go up. So like, as you can see, I can go all the way up to here, and there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to drive up here. And if you look, where's my pivot rating? So current rotation's 0.12. So let's say 0.15. Let's see what 0.1 looks like. There's no way in hell I drive up this either, I don't think. So yeah, 0.1. We'll do it at 0.1. There's just no way I drive up something that steep. So let's say 0.1. And then what will happen is, so when I get up to 0.1, it will start to stow. And there it goes. That's probably too fast now. Definitely too fast. So we'll do like half of that speed. And then once we get past 0.1, it will start to come out. There it goes. And I have the range to be able to go super low if we're on a low beach. And I have the range to go up high. Oh, come on, get closer, you scum. Let's make the cat do it. There he goes. And so I can go up on a high beach. And then I have to change the view so it looks like he's doing it. There we go. So that works perfectly. That works how I want. So that's awesome. Let's go ahead and go in here. And let's go... Boop. So that'll be half as fast now. So that's good. Let's go do a quick test run here. Hopefully this doesn't misbehave and cause me insane amounts. Let's save it first. Let's do that before the circus comes to town. All right, let's load in that. The dump truck was heavy, so let's get that. Back our dump. And so remember I put the weight blocks in the down very low, so that's going to put the center of gravity really low. If we look before I paste this, the center of gravity was down here. It's right there. And then if we go ahead and we... Oh, come on, get out of there, you scum. There we go. Put that back where it was. And so this is going to raise the center of gravity, which will make it a little bit unbalanced. But by putting those weight blocks in there, it can handle more weight up top, and it will behave itself. So that's why I'm keeping it kind of square like a barge, is I want to be able to... I want it to have barge performance. The reason why a barge performs so well is it's wide and it's a big square. It has a lot of air volume in there. And so you start making it look like a ship, it's going to be a little bit more... going to lose buoyancy. So that's wicked heavy. That truck is super duper heavy with all that coal in there. So I kind of expect that. So let's go ahead and yank out 2 of these of coal. See how that behaves. This is way overkill, you know. You're not gonna have to carry this dump truck. That's still way overkill. So let's just do the dump truck without the coal on it. It would be cool if I could get the coal to work, but it doesn't want to do it. The coal just weighs so much. It's pretty insane how much that coal is gonna weigh. Okay. Let's go try to beach this sucker. That needs to go forward, the truck, but it's that's not a good idea to do the Azipod like I'm doing it right now. But again, you guys aren't going to have to carry this truck. You're going to have to carry the small mini truck. I'm just trying to see what the extreme example would be and if it's doable, which at the present, it doesn't look doable, so. Yes. Yep, yeah, and that's what I'm doing. So, you know, I want that second ramp segment. Essentially, I want you out 100% if the ramp is not in the stowed position. So it essentially is reading, okay, it's like the first segment 1 is saying, hey, I'm stowing, you stow with me. And then it says, hey, I'm going out, you go out all the way. And then that way, no matter what the height of the beach is, for example, like I was going to initially do Spy Cakes. Spy Cakes has a really steep beach. This beach is the opposite. I have to go really low in the ramp. So it allows me to go to both places. Oh yeah, coal has a ton of mass. Yep, coal is insanely heavy. The for example, I've built cranes, and it's very, very difficult to build a crane that you can pick up coal with. A full bunker of coal like that, this is a lot of mass to haul. You know, and so I was kind of doing as the most extreme test is like that what do you call it? The wrecker. The wrecker weighs like 9,000, which is pretty heavy. But it's nothing compared to this truck, which weighs 3,000 full of coal. Is just absolute insanity. So here we come. So it's pushing on the beach, and straighten this out. Alright, so we're bottomed out there because of the mass, which is fine. Let's go do our test. So this is kind of why I want like a lot of ramp maneuverability, is like I can go all the way to probably there with the ramp. So again, this is the extreme example. I'm not making people try to haul something heavy like this. They're gonna be hauling the that little pickup truck. And this is gonna drop that ramp right to the ground when I put the weight on it. Get a new picture. But yeah, definitely, I'm not making people haul this this truck because I want people to be able to build some smaller stuff if they want. You know, so this will kind of allow you to do that. But all right, good. So that's I think proof of concept wise, this is working well. I think this is definitely doable. You know. All right, so let's go ahead. I saved this right. Yep, 2 minutes ago I saved it, so that is good. So this is good. I think the door is set up pretty well. It's not the best looker, but it functions really well. That's most important to me. And plus, it's industrial, so it can kind of be squarish, you know. So that works. Let's go ahead and so this is gonna be a coal challenge. Tripper had asked for coal challenge, and I think that'll be kind of cool. Not coal, steam. I keep saying steam because steam the only way to be able to do coal was nuclear. Oh my God, I'm still saying it. The only way you used to be able to do steam was with nuclear or coal. Now, of course, we can do diesel, which is probably what I'm going to do, actually. So let's do stress this. The other nice thing is if you do it square like a barge like this, notice I don't have to do an enormous amount of interior detailing, you know, to kind of make this look good. You know, I can kind of get these shapes kind of fixed up pretty easily. I don't need to do like a ton of interior detailing, so it's kind of nice every once in a while to do a simple like shell build here where you don't have to make it super refined looking. Like try to get a really good looking interior hull on it. So, you know, these are very bargey looking. They look like a barge. Oh, this is a... How is that? Is that sealed? I wouldn't think that's sealed. Apparently, it looks like that's sealed. Interesting. I'm definitely going to make sure it's sealed now, but get out of there, you. Alright. So that is that. Let me check up. Yeah, cranes can be quite annoying. That's why I think it would be kind of cool if we got fishing, because you'd have to start making some cranes to be able to move the pots, you know, and I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm not sure the mineral weights. Here, let's try something. I think how can I do the masses of them? I won't do the mass test right now, but you can do it with test with weights. So this is the other thing I often do is, what's the height on this? Okay, that's only 9. Make that the engine room. I'll make this ballast and... I'll screw with this in a minute. Let's start fleshing out some of this stuff. So I want pistons. Oh, medium pistons will just fit in here. So let's find where the azipods are. I might not do azipods. Let's not do azipods. Let's make it Stan. I'll do Stan. Stan is standard. They're just 2 screws. Let's do Stan. I can still be very maneuverable. I just can't go sideways, but I can be maneuverable. So let's see. Okay. Let's go. Let's undo that for a second here. Okay. Cut. Let's go cut that, and then I'll put this back here. Nice. And I kind of want the propellers up a little bit because I don't want to have to worry about hitting them on the ground because this is going to be a beaching craft, so it's not... I think they're good where they are, but I wouldn't want them any higher, probably. And we'll go zing, zang. I should go for my walk today, but I don't know. I don't like that. Cut it up one buys, I think. That. There we go. Still don't care for that angle. Whatever. This stuff that's underwater, you'll never see it anyway. That I worry about. Like I always talk about that. It's like this, you worry about all this stuff, how it's gonna look, and it's like you're never gonna see it because you're like right up against the build, and it's your build, and you're like worried about it. And then Go the right direction, you scumbag. There we go. Alright, nice. Let's hook up just up to electric motors for now. Right here. And we'll just test it. Should be fine, but... Okay. Up, down, goes to this side. WS. WS goes to this side. AD goes here. And then I want to change WS to sticky. I want to change AD to sticky. And I want to change up, down to sticky. Check some chat. How's it going? Tactical Hungarian. Good to see you. Sounds good, Blazebeat. We'll see you. He's probably gone now, but I just saw that. That's the thing I hate about making boats is the hull. Yeah, that's one thing why I like barges. Like, I'm pretty good now at hull design, but, you know, if you build some barges, a lot of the industrial applications, for example, workboats are very square, you know, to give them extra buoyancy. They're going to have things that are off balance. They're going to have, you know, more weight on one side than the other. Something like this is designed to be very square for the same reason. You know, you put a heavy car on one side and a light car on the other. You want it to be able to take it fine without having issues. And so one way to kind of get around is you can build more barges. I never hooked them up, did I? Did I hook these up? I did. Okay, why the hell aren't they doing? Up, down, AD, WS. Okay. You know, so you kind of, you know, that's one thing you can do is do some more industrial application boats, and you won't have to worry too much about how they look. Oh, my propellers fell off. I didn't reattach them. I hate doing F because I don't like it how it zooms me in, but it's like... So I want the propellers to turn the same way, because that's how they would be in real life. You wouldn't want one engine. There are applications where they turn opposite, but you wouldn't want to have to pay for one engine, especially in an industrial application, to be turning the opposite direction, because you'd have to have a motor that turns the opposite direction, and that would be a nightmare for trying to have spare parts for the thing. Make sure my props aren't falling off here. Okay, my props are not falling off now. Let's go do a quick beaching test here. So there's one way I test hulls too, is if you put an electric motor on there, I think 19 RPS on the propeller is 19 RPS is the maximum that an electric motor will go, and 19 RPS is about 30 knots. So, you know, it makes sense. I've talked about this before, how propeller is a screw. It has a certain, unless it's variable pitch, it has one pitch. And so for every one rotation, you're going a certain distance forward. So in game, I think it's like 19 RPS is like 30 meters per second. So you could figure out the pitch of your propeller with that. So your pitch on these propellers is fixed. So it's pretty simple that if you can get the propeller going a certain RPS, you're going to go a certain distance forward, and that figures out your speed. It hasn't even started yet. I'm presently just testing out a concept, and the reason I'm testing the concept is to see how long the challenge should go on for, and to see some of the details to make sure it's going to work. So it looks like this is going to work fine. Do you guys think 2 weeks is too short? Because, like, I've been working on this for 1 hour and 51 minutes. You know, so 2 hours of work, and we're here already, you know? So it looks like that's a reasonable amount of time. You know, 2 weeks. I don't know. It's probably 2 or 3 weeks, I would say. I put my engines in reverse. But this definitely seems like it's working pretty well here. Yeah, I think 2 weeks sounds reasonable. So kind of the way I do my challenges for those who may not have entered them before is I do a open rules period. So I usually do that for a weekend. So let's say I'll probably announce this challenge this weekend. So it will probably Friday night I'll put out announcing the challenge so that, as I go to bed, Europe's getting up so they have all of Saturday to see it. And then you'll have the rules set. And that will come out. For the first 2 days, for the Saturday and Sunday, rules are open for discussion and changes. If you want a rule changed, if you want a rule changed, I want it in that weekend. And the reason is this: a lot of people only have the weekends to be able to do it. They work, they don't have time to do it any other time than the weekend. And so this allows that person to work on their build for Saturday and Sunday, and if they have any concerns, if they say, hey man, this rule, I don't think this rule is going to work, I can then make rule changes. And pretty much every challenge I make some rule changes. And so make rule changes, and then it's locked, essentially Monday at 0000, Sunday midnight, essentially. And then, not that I can't change a rule if it's like things are really bad, but I really do not want to change rules. And one of the reasons I did this was old challenges, like you'd be on a Jersey challenge, you'd be in your second week of like a 4-week challenge or your third week of a 4-week challenge, and then they change a rule, and it was like, dude, I just made my build for the last 2 weeks, and I'm going to change it now. So I don't like doing that. So we have that open period so you can talk rules, make sure it's enough time. So during that period, if you're like, if people are like, I'm all done, if I see like a ton of people are done, I might say, okay, we'll go with 2 weeks. If people are like, 2 weeks is good, it seems like people are getting finished. If like everybody's like, dude, I'm struggling, there's no way in hell I'm going to get this finished in 2 weeks, I'll be like, okay, I'll extend it a week. So I think we'll start with 2 weeks. And then if people are struggling, don't hold your tongue. Make sure you're telling me. If I see 4 or 5 people and they're like, there's no way we're getting this done in 2 weeks, that's when I'd extend it. So, definitely be vocal, because I will make changes if necessary. If I have like 15 builds already submitted and people are like, hey, can we get 3 weeks? I might be like, no, I've got 15 builds I need to review already. We're going to keep it to 2 weeks, so... Because I review every build. I don't do the thing where I only review a portion of them. If it takes me a month to review the builds, it takes me a month to review the builds. But, I don't want to get into that where it's not going to get reviewed. So, yeah, I think 2 weeks sounds reasonable. And like I said, if you're struggling on time, ask. But like I said, I'm here at an hour and 4 minutes, and I've stopped to talk to chat. I haven't been building the entire time. We looked at some other stuff, and it functions. This is done, quote unquote done. As far as functional, it looks terrible, and of course it needs work for that element of it, but it works. It has the shell, it has the hull. I need to work on the engines. They're going to be steam. This is a steam challenge. And so, I'm going to do a diesel furnace, because, people were asking for steam. I've yet to do anything steam, so I think steam would be kind of cool. You should be able to do any system you want to do to make the steam is fine with me. You want to do a diesel engine to make a steam, fine, but it has to be steam driven, And so, like, let's... Do I go for my walk? I'm going to skip my walk. I don't know. I decide if I'm going to skip my walk today or not. I'm not feeling it, so I might skip it. Alright, so let's work on setting the steam up. So, here, let's go. Start working on the steam system here. Let's try maybe 3-cylinder. I don't know if a 3-cylinder will work properly for me. Let's see. Those are ins, those are ins, and then these should be the outs. That's fine, okay. This one's gonna be my reverser. All right. Diesel furnace there. Okay. Let me try to bang this together really quick. Exhaust and air, okay. Alright, that's good. Let's steam out. Let's do this. Let's get the setup here. So let's go offset 50. Let's try that. See if that will run for an offset for me. And then I want to go, we'll take this, we'll copy that, and we'll just replace this. All right, and then I'm just going to gear the absolute piss out of this for now. And then I want symmetrical. Somebody was asking why I do a separate gearbox just for reverse. It's for symmetry. A lot of people, they just use their engines, they hook them up to one throttle, they go both engines. I do asymmetrical thrust. I'll do one engine forward, one engine backwards when I'm doing all sorts of turning and stuff. And so because of that, I want symmetry. So I want the same RPS when I'm going in reverse as I'm going in forward. That's why I do that extra box. So I always get asked that, and that's why. Is for me, like a lot of people don't get it because they never do asymmetrical thrust. I always do asymmetrical thrust. So like my WS key works my port, my up-down works my starboard. I do asymmetrical every time I dock, so I want symmetry in my turning there. All right, so let's go. All right, let's do boiler. Then we can slide all this forward if I need to, which we're going to need to right now. I already know it, so let's just do it. Slide this forward. We're going to need a bunch of space here. Okay. Okay. Angle, please. Properly, you scum. There we go. Beautiful. Steam out, and that should be water in. Okay, steam out. We'll see if this, how badly this will screw up the flow rates, but usually it's pretty reasonable here. I went cross pieces there. Okay. Symmetry back on. I was doing this on purpose to try to do this. Okay. gonna reach it. You scum. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Get there. Come on, come on, come on. Alright. I don't know why I put symmetry on there, but I did. So. I did for some reason. I knew I didn't need to, and then I forgot. Out. I'm just verifying those are all outs. Okay, those are all outs. So there's my steam. All right, outs need to go to the condenser. Steam condenser. Let's see. What side are you? You are steam in. Okay, doesn't really matter. Steam in. Water out. Okay. How heavy is the condenser? 250. All right, that's a concern. You gotta think about how much this stuff weighs when you're putting it in here. So, because I want it centralized because this thing's gonna be heavy. So can't go there either. Okay, it was where it needed to be. All right, it's fine. Centered. I'm keeping everything as low as I can get it, pretty much. Check chat in a second. I'm kind of just rocking and rolling here. Wanted to go for my walk, but I think I'll skip today. Typical. Typical. That's typical. Alright. Alright, let's check chat. I haven't been chatting a while. Yeah, so Mountain View Challenge should start probably this Saturday, and we'll go for probably 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm always worried about. Have a ton of people. Like, that's why I'm kind of keeping it simple. Start it up, run it over there, dump the vehicle off. That will be the actual functional part of it. So I more care about does your ramp system work? Does your boat want to tip over the whole time I'm driving? So that's why I'm keeping it short, my distance to go, so it doesn't take me forever, because I am going to be looking at the interior and everything too. So. I could go to my walk at 7. I'll do my walk at 7. It's still light out enough. Only takes me an hour. So Ryan188's asking about the 2023 home ship build. That is a little bit on hold. The plan is this. I just made enough money to be able to run home ships. So I'm bringing back Triton, and I'm also going to be working on that ship. I literally just made the money for today's episode to be able to start launching that. So I'll go, because Tripper said it, I will go for the walk, but I'll wait till 7. Still haven't mastered steam engine yet. Well, that's the thing, is the challenges are good for that. I have a steam tutorial. It's actually my most watched video. I'll grab it really quick. That is my most watched video, is the steam tutorial. So go ahead and look at that. It's a steam piston tutorial. That will get you started. I prefer steam pistons. They're super torquey and really powerful, so they work really well. So that's the tutorial. Steam's actually pretty damn efficient. You have to gear it up to get good RPS, and that's the thing. Is so, for example, a jet turbine has high RPS, low torque. Now in game it's weird, but that's how it's used in real life. You have insanely high RPS but very little torque. So you could, theoretically stick your finger in there and stop the sucker, but it turns really fast. And steam pistons are the opposite. They're very, very slow, but they have incredible amounts of torque. So, like, if you watch my gearing tutorial, I talk about you don't get anything for free. What you're doing with gearing is you're either trading RPS for torque, you're converting it into torque, or you're converting torque into RPS. So you can do the same thing backwards. When you're doing a jet turbine, you're running a high RPS in real life. In games, different. You run a high RPS and you're down gearing it to get to convert that RPS into torque, and the opposite is true with a steam piston. It has insane torque, so you're up gearing it. You're getting more revolution. So it might only be turning 1 RPS, but then you gear it to get, 30 RPS. I don't need the air valve. What I do is where the hell is my game? There it is. I do pumps, and it only pumps the water through when it maintains 115 degrees. I found is the best temperature. So what happens is it will only pump through here when it is below 115. So as soon as it goes to 114.9, it does a pump cycle, and then it keeps this boiler pressure, the boiler temperature, constantly at 115, and the pressure is pretty much always perfect. And then I do a emergency blow-off valve in case, but it almost never goes. It almost never has issues. I don't want it to fly. I want it to boat. I'm gonna probably gear it down a little bit so that it can have really good heft, so that it can hold some weight. So we'll see. That's a lot of piston, but I'd rather have a lot of piston than not a lot of piston. You know what I'm saying, Vern? Yep, we got the Steam Master in here. It won't be too bad because I have a lot of weight blocks already here at the center of gravity. And what I can do is I can shift those forward, I can shift those aft. The other thing is all of this can move forward as well. Often you'll see in ships the engines are actually about here and the transom is longer, so we shall see how I have to balance it. But I'm not worried about balance. The other thing I can do is put in water ballast. So these are all things I can do later if need be. Yes, condenser's too close. It's going to move. This boiler likely is going ahead of the water ballast. So I think in here is going to be water ballast. This is going to go up here, probably in the bow. So my fuel and water ballast are going to go here at the center of gravity, and then this is going to move. So I'm getting all this set up here, and then this is going to slide up to the front most likely. Because it's going to, yeah, like it's going to be a pain in the ass to try to cool that steam back down if it's that close. It's not going to be that much. I'm going to stick my fingers in the nearest industrial turbine. Yeah. Shutting the firebox off, generally I starve it. I cut the air. Yeah, either cut off fuel or cut off air. Yeah, I always put weight in all my ships, and that is so that as I add mass in there, I can delete weight. So the first thing I always do, build the hull, slam a ton of weight in the bottom, and make sure I have enough buoyancy. Once I'm like, okay, I have enough buoyancy for the job at hand, I then build the ship, and as I put on superstructure and as I put in internal workings, that weight gets deleted out as necessary. Like this thing has a huge amount of buoyancy now. All right, so let's try to, I need to go my walking like about 15. So let's continue to work here. So let's go. Let's see. What are you? Have you had any issues with raw water cooling with condensers? As long as you keep it under 100, it's not scaling, right? It doesn't scale. I don't think it scales, so I think we should be fine. So let's try that. That's always going to be the most efficient is raw water, because we have a lot of cold water. Now we'll put a return here. Alright. Yeah, the main reason why I put the boiler so close, or the furnace so close was, and the boiler so close was just to get the pipe alignment correct, and then I'm going to push those up forward. So those will go towards the bow. So this here is going to be central ballast and fuel, and then these can zoom up. So let's go grab these now. These can move now. Cut them. Move them. And like you're saying, that will give me a little bit of space for temperature control. And that will also spread at the mass. These are reasonably heavy, so that will help spread the mass a little bit. It's not too far back. Right there, and then what are you? You are diesel in. Okay, so you're going to run probably down. Zing. Usually on these things that are kind of like barges, I do not worry too much about ballasting with water. I ballast with just fuel. Like, for example, a lot of tugboats don't have water ballast. They only have fuel ballast. And so you have to adequately fuel them, or else they will not be stable at all. And we're probably going to have to do boost pumps on this, but I'm not going to worry about that right this second. I don't want that much weight. I don't know how much weight that's going to add if I block this all out, so we won't do it. Okay. It's not going to have this much fuel in it. It's probably going to be to here, maybe. But I don't need to fill it all the way up. So let's try something here. %. All right, let's make a quick micro. I want to try to get a little bit of this done before I go for my walk here. Four in there. Don't do that. Let's see. Number. Input. I was playing Tarkov, so my caps lock was on. Okay. Where am I at here? I'm struggling to see where the hell I'm at currently. There we are. Let me see where I'm at here. Okay. Let's see, ignition. For now, we'll just bang these up to the ceiling and connect them. Just want to do a quick test before I go on my walk. I'm excited about it, but I'm going to do a fermented fruit, fermented vegetable, some videos on that as I'm doing that. I'll just do, I like controlling some of the stuff manually at the beginning to kind of see its behavior. But all right, let's bang this sucker on. Let's see. Where's WS? Up, down is there. WS is here. All right, let's give this a quick crank. See what, make sure everything's running here. What are we running here? This is exhaust and air. Okay. The hell are we here? All right, exhaust and air. I want to get this test done before I go on my walk. All right, see if we can't fire this up. I'll check chat as this is the temp's coming up. That's the thing with Steam is you have to wait for the temp to come up a little bit. So I'm in the wrong section here. Temp's coming up. Flow rates aren't great because it's pretty far away, but we'll see. I don't have any water in the system. I need that boiler should start with water, right? Yeah, it's filled. It's filled 100%. Put some boost pumps in here. Which way are you going there, Sonny? This way. Are you pumping your steam? I don't think you are, right? You're just pumping your water. I haven't built a steam system in a while. Of course. Make sure we're getting adequate water in there. Let's give it a run, see what we do here. I'll check chat while this is heating up. That's kind of what I wanted to... I'm kind of just quiet. Just moving in here takes a while for this to heat. Let's see. Oh, you do salinate, yeah. Yeah, we'll see if I need... Most of my systems, I never run out of water. They condense enough. But desal would be interesting to add. Yeah, I don't like infinite power, so if you do infinite power for the challenge, you're going to get disqualified. Nuclear would be cool, but now especially you have to go make your rods. I've yet to do nuclear. I would love to do a nuclear ship. I love nuclear stuff, but it's just I haven't played with it. It'd be fun to play with it at some point. Yep, you mine the uranium. It's gonna be, you know, it's the woman I watch, she's Chinese, she does it, what's going on here? Ignition true, coolant in, coolant's fine, air in, no air. Alright, no exhaust. No diesel in. Did I screw something up here? What's going on? Oh, I didn't put a friggin', I didn't put a fluid in there. I forgot to plumb this in, so it's right here. Yeah, so the woman I like to watch her YouTube, she does, she's Chinese, and she does Szechuan fermenting, and the, it's kind of a Szechuan, fermenting jar, and it uses a water lock on top, and it's all glass, so it'd be kind of cool. Yeah, but it's kind of like Korean style. I'm gonna do pickles and some cabbage, radish. I'm gonna do a ton of stuff. Do carrots. Yeah, I forgot to put on a fuel port, so that's why I never started. Yeah, got in a chat. But you didn't pay attention. All right, let's see where we're at here. So this system is really simple and works. It's only gonna, so where are we at here? Temperature is at 118, these are off. So this might climb too high. This is gonna climb too high, so the boiler needs to go out to the back. It's getting over temped by the, furnace. So I need to move the boiler back to the rear section. You can see it's on runaway now. I'm not pumping any water through, and it's overheating itself, so. Let's see how we're moving back there. There we go. Moving like stink back here, so I'm stuck. Moving like stink. These are moving fast, man. What are these at? 1 point? Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's give it a run here. I can't stand the sound of this thing, but we'll be all right. So it's surging. I'm gonna have to fix the surging, but it's not. That's not something I can't fix. Perfect. Okay, good. So that is already working pretty well. Let's rack the boiler back. Did I I was wondering how bad I'm over temping this. Let's cut this. Let's move this back. Try this here and see how we can do here. Having temperature control problems, so I want to make sure I'm not screwing myself up here. Okay, this is water here. Okay, and then I want to run, let's go. Then I gotta go for the walk soon here. Oh, come on, flicky camera, I hate you. Let's see. Nope. There, yep. I don't want to move all this setup, so I'm just gonna block up my walls here and then run these like so. Alright, good, and they're already pre-pumped. Alright, let's try this now, see if I get reasonable temp control on this. I like to run it at 115. Now we're up. Check the boiler now. Not getting water flow. Yeah, I'm gonna put flywheels on there. I just haven't done it yet. Not getting much water movement here, so we'll see what happens. Now a little bit of longer move here, so I need to see how my water's flowing over here. Kind of a reach now. These are off? Why are these off? Why are those off? They should be on. Let's see what's up. Thumbs up. Why the hell aren't those pumps moving? They got disconnect. Oh, I put this on. I ruined my microcontroller when I moved it. That would be why that didn't work, because I deleted my microcontroller. That makes perfect sense. Luckily, this this diesel furnace heats up really fast. The coal ones take a while to heat, unless they change something. I'd see how fast that heats up. So it's water's moving now. I was wondering why the hell water wasn't moving. When I moved the boiler, I put it right on top. So one thing I could do is I could do a shock control system where essentially what I'll do is I'll set the desired RPS with a PID of the flywheel, and the pistons will maintain the flywheel's RPS, and the clutch, there'll be clutch so that essentially it clutches in and out, so it doesn't matter the surge of the pistons, it will maintain proper flywheel RPS. So now we're set to 115. You notice how, see how it drops to 114? That's the pumps turning on and off. That's giving me consistent pressure, and that should keep the pressure under control, and I'll put a blowaway so it will do an automatic depressurization if we get to too high of a pressure. But I should be able to turn vehicle damage back on now. I don't like these clipping through, but I don't have much option here. I could put wedges in there to make it look better. Alright, good. So those are turning. And that's like using a tiny, tiny percentage. Let's see what I set that to. So, where the hell is it? 0.59. So. You know, I'm not a huge fan of the light that I can see under there, but that's a game thing. If I want it to steam, I have to have that. And then if I went full throttle. Alright, good. So that works well. Let's redo the drive system, and then I'm going to go for my walk here in a minute. Alright, so I'm going to come up. Let's see. Try to conceptualize in my head how I want to do this. 3, okay, there. To get some mass in there. Okay. Do the clutch here instead. So, get out of you. That clutch there, so we're fine. Okay, we're good. That will do it like that. And then I want to go, let's see. Probably not going to need that much the way that this is already zooming like a maniac. So that would be good. So that I can control it with that clutch there. That's not good. Yeah, I have to reorganize this with the. I have to put a crank in there, right? Yeah, I have to put the crank in there to make this work.